Good afternoon, and thank you once again for your time today. This latest press conference is once again intended to update you on the investigation into little Olivia's murder. The investigation is now some 4 weeks on, and I want to try and quantify for you some aspects of the work that has been completed so far. I also want to provide you with an update on the man that was injured during the attack. I also want to provide you with some information around the weapons, the guns that we talked about last time, and where the investigation is up to around those weapons. Finally, I want to make an announcement in partnership with Mick Duthie, the Director of Operations for the independent charity Crime Stoppers, about a substantial reward that is being now offered in respect of this investigation. I'll start now with the investigation updates. As I've said previously, I will always try and be as transparent as possible with the information that we provide. I understand fully the thirst for information around this terrible crime. However, as always, I cannot release all the details, and therefore please be patient with us and understand why to do so may damage future prosecutions. So far, the investigation has resulted in 9 arrests, those for a range of offences including murder and assisting an offender. All of those arrested have since been bailed. Now, I recognise that people will wonder and question why no one has been charged despite those arrests. If I could reassure you that this is normal practice in any complex investigation. The threshold for arresting somebody is far lower than that of charging someone. Please be patient with us. The investigation is progressing. The detectives involved in bringing justice for Olivia and her family are working tirelessly with real care and passion to achieve the objective of securing those charges against everyone involved in her murder, no matter how small their role. The investigation is progressing well, but as always, I still need the support of our communities and anyone that has any information, whether it be what they heard, what they saw, or what they know. Please continue to make contact with us. Next, I want to try and briefly quantify some aspects of the investigation in terms of its size and the work that's been undertaken to date. So far, officers engaged on this investigation have worked over 15,000 hours. That doesn't include the work that the wider force has done in disrupting serious and organised crime, some of which I'll touch on in a moment. They are sifting through more than 2,000 exhibits. They are trawling through thousands of hours of footage from CCTV. 18 search warrants have been completed, and we have received, assessed, and where appropriate, responded to over 400 pieces of community intelligence. I have previously stated that we'll leave no stone unturned in identifying and prosecuting the toxic individual who robbed Olivia of her life and her future, and I and the rest of the force utterly stand by that. In relation to the man that was targeted in this attack, I can report that he remains in hospital and he is continuing to be treated for his injuries. The timescales around how long he will be there before he is released are still unclear at this moment in time. Those involved in this abhorrent crime are, as I've said before, toxic and poisonous to the community, and we are continuing to bare our teeth as a force to robustly target them. These people have undoubtedly crossed the line in every sense by shooting an innocent 9-year-old girl, and we've all got responsibility collectively to put those people where they belong, and that's in prison. To that end, officers from across the force are working relentlessly with officers from other forces who are supporting us in our request for mutual aid to disrupt those involved in serious and organised crime. In the last 4 weeks alone, we have made 678 arrests. We've carried out 1,864 stop searches. We have seized 148 vehicles and conducted 142 warrants and a further 127 open land searches. I know this activity continues to hamper, frustrate and disrupt those involved in serious and organised crime. Olivia's mum and dad and the wider family are still clearly and obviously coming to terms with life without her. And it's heartbreaking that this family have lost their little girl who loved life and loved to laugh. Olivia's mum, Cheryl, is still recovering from her injury, and the family will carry clearly the trauma of losing Olivia with them for the rest of their lives. They need justice, they need our support, and we need your support. And I want to talk about the firearms that were used in this attack. Today, I can tell you that through the work that we do with our National Ballistic Intelligence Service, NABIS, we have now identified the two types of weapons that were used by the offender on the night of the 22nd of August. One of those guns is a .38 revolver. This was the gun that was responsible for killing Olivia. The second gun is a Glock type self-loading 9mm pistol. This is what that weapon looks like. I can now confirm that this weapon has been used in a total of 3 separate incidents across Merseyside in a 2.5-year period. This includes the attack in Kingsheath Avenue on the 22nd of August that led to the murder of Olivia. Guns that are used on more than one occasion are referred to as linked series weapons. This gun is therefore a linked series firearm. This gun is linked series 179. And I want to provide some information around linked series 179. I'm showing you a map on the screen that highlights the areas where this weapon has been used. This Glock was first used in Wimborne Close, Dovecot, on the 27th of January 2020. That is the image of the red square in the top right of the map behind me. On that occasion, a 19-year-old man was targeted, and during that first incident, this resulted in an injury to him. Furthermore, and it's a shocking similarity to the circumstances leading to Olivia's murder, one of the bullets also went through the front door of a house of an innocent member of our community. The attack could quite clearly have had far more dire consequences had someone been stood behind that door. This evidences once again the callous nature of those people in possession of this weapon. They have no regard for the safety or the lives of anyone else. They do not deserve anyone's loyalty. The second incident happened on the 8th of August 2022 at about 20 to 10 in the evening, this time in Finch Way, Dovecot once again, and this is in the bottom left-hand corner of the map behind me. You will see that this is only a very short distance from Olivia's home address. On this occasion, 2 rival gangs, one in a car, others on a motorcycle, fired shots indiscriminately whilst near to some playing fields. This occurred in the middle of summer in an area where innocent local people would have been enjoying the park. Once again, as with the first time this weapon was used in our communities, we find that those in possession of it have no care or thought or loyalty for anyone else in that community or for their safety. Once again, I reinforce the message: they do not deserve your loyalty. Just 2 weeks later, it was used in the shooting at Kingsheath Avenue, along with the .38 revolver, which we now know is responsible for the fatal wounding of little Olivia. These are incredibly dangerous weapons that are in the hand or hands of people that don't care about anyone else. Therefore, why should we or you show them any loyalty at all? We know that one of these guns has been used in 3 separate incidents, and I'm determined to take these weapons off our streets before they maim or kill again. Looking at the locations, as you will see, where this gun has been used on the map, it's very clear to me that the gun is owned or controlled by an individual or group of individuals in this immediate area of Dovecot. For the last 2 years, it has been exclusively used in this area. I would suggest, therefore, that this gun is stored somewhere in this area and may well still be there right now. I want people to tell us where those guns are now. Sadly and unbelievably, during this investigation, I've been disgusted by a small number of people who are determined to thwart the investigation, protect the individuals involved, and try and ensure that little Olivia and her family do not receive the justice they deserve. This once again shows the type of people that we are dealing with this inquiry. However, they won't be successful, and we will prosecute them too. Being involved with this gunman and anything to do with this horrendous matter will leave a stain on you for life. I have no doubts that when you are charged, and you will be charged and convicted, that you'll be regarded with absolute disgust by your families, your friends, and your communities. Your loyalty to this man is utterly misplaced, and it will cost you. Clearly, the gunman doesn't want us to find these guns because it may link him back to them and thereby to Olivia's murder. However, as I've said before in previous press conferences, this man is utterly toxic to our communities. Nobody wants this man around them, or indeed where they live. Nobody wants to be associated with him. Some people may tolerate him through fear, but even those people, given the choice, would want him locked away, I am quite sure. With your support, we can absolutely make this happen. Someone somewhere knows right now where these weapons are hidden, and I want to know where they are. So once again, I'm asking for your help in finding these guns. I understand completely that people may be reluctant or fearful to provide this information to the police, and therefore I now want to appeal to those people to listen very carefully to what Mick Duffy from Crime Stoppers is about to talk about.
Thank you, Mark. Firstly, on behalf of everyone at Crime Stoppers, I wish to pass our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Olivia, who've suffered such a terrible loss. As the Director of Operations at the charity Crime Stoppers, I want to explain how our charity helps keep communities safe and allows people to pass information to the police completely anonymously. I'd also like to update you on our reward offer. Crime Stoppers is an independent charity. We are not the police or the BBC TV programme. We stand alone to help keep communities safe, giving people a safe option to speak up about crime. Our charity has been around for 35 years. In that time, we've received from the public and passed to the police millions of pieces of information that have often helped solve high-profile crimes and prevent others from taking place. It's important for me to stress that over all those decades, Crime Stoppers has kept our 100% anonymity guarantee. We never record calls or ask for personal details. All incoming calls to us are scrambled, so we can never call you back. We don't use 1471, so we don't know who you are. We never ask why you call or where you are. All we want is for you to do the right thing and give us your information. We note what you say, not who you are. We then make sure it contains nothing that could possibly identify you. We then pass that information securely and safely to police forces across the UK. The police know that we can't give them personal details about those contacting us because we genuinely don't have that in the first place. That anonymity, protecting your identity, is central to Crime Stoppers as a charity and how we work for you. More and more people now contact us via our website using a secure online reporting form. This offers the same protection and guarantee of anonymity that applies if you call us. We will never get your IP address, so we can't come back to you or contact you or pass details on to the police. If you do call us, your call will never be recorded on a phone bill. We're extremely grateful to our founder, Lord Ashcroft, for putting up the £50,000 reward to encourage people to come forward, and we know that this is helping. Like our phone line and online reporting service, our rewards process is also completely anonymous. You just need to request a reward code when you contact us, and more details of the process can be found on our website. So to reiterate, you will always stay anonymous. This applies when you pass information on to us, And if your information leads to a conviction or a recovery of a weapon, say, you will stay anonymous when claiming and getting your reward. We never know who you are, and therefore the police will never know who you are. Like everyone across the country, we want those responsible for the murder of Olivia to be brought to justice. And therefore, today I can announce that Lord Ashcroft has kindly raised his offer from £50,000 to £100,000. On top of that, I want to announce that through the generosity of another donor who wishes to remain private at this time, we are raising our combined reward to up to £200,000. This reward is available for information leading to the conviction of those involved in Olivia's murder or other associated crimes, including firearms offences. To be eligible for this reward, you must contact Crime Stoppers via our free phone number 0800 555 111 or visiting our website, which is crimestoppers-uk.org. This reward, the largest that Crime Stoppers has ever been able to make, is being offered by our charity and not by the police. So you can only claim the reward if you come to us. We will then safely and securely pass your information onto the police, who then can do their work. You will have done the right thing. You will have helped solve this horrendous crime and prevented others suffering. You can find out more by visiting our charity's website, which is crimestoppers-uk.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Mick. My thanks clearly to Crime Stoppers and especially to those benefactors who have provided this reward, which is quite clearly a life-changing sum of money. And now it's up to you to do the right thing for Olivia and her family. As Mick has said, you can report where those guns are, or indeed any other information, totally anonymously to Crime Stoppers. And we, the police, will not know who has provided that information. But crucially, we will be able to respond to it. There is, as you have just heard, a £200,000 reward, the largest reward in Crime Stoppers history, because of how horrendous this crime is. And all you need to do is anonymously provide the information to help us convict the man responsible and remove him from our communities. We have the opportunity here to work together and remove these toxic people. So please, my appeal to you now is, tell us where those guns are. Let us go and recover them so they can never be used again. A simple, anonymous phone call or an online report whilst you are sat at home is all it could take, and we could remove the man and his guns from our communities so we never have to see Link Series 179 or that revolver being used again. No one should shoot a child and not face justice, and silence is simply not an option. Thank you.